Hey everyone, Nubkeks here and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm and the road back to Grandmaster. In today's video we're going to be looking at Brightwing and talking about how Brightwing is actually OP on Hanamura. People have probably worked this out a little bit by now. I've been slow getting videos done, just been so busy doing honestly too many live streams during the week. It's really taken its toll on me. So I'm going to try to sort that out and do more reasonable working hours next week. But yeah, Brightwing, some of you have probably seen her being played here. What makes her so strong? Why is Brightwing so good? That's what we're going to be diving into in this video. We're actually being set up quite nicely here because our teammate's picking Lily, so we are going to be running double support no matter what. So yeah, that definitely works out for us. Also, as you can probably tell in this video, I'm going to not use the intro video that I have been using for a little while, and then I'm going to compare I'm going to probably not use the intro for a month or so, and then compare how the videos are doing with an intro to how they're doing without one. There should still be timestamps in the descriptions to jump to the game, or jump to the talents and all that sort of stuff. The enemy team is going to grab Greymane and Li Ming. Then banning away Nubkeks definitely opens up Li Ming as a more sort of viable pick for them early on. And then the Greymane picks a solid pick overall. Unfortunately for them, Lily's pretty good against Greymane with her blinds, preventing him from jumping in too easily. And then the Li Ming also is going to struggle a little bit against the double support. If they can't get the resets, if Greymane can't jump in, it's going to be difficult for them to win the team fights. We're going to grab an Illidan actually, and then a Vala. So very happy with the Vala. The Illidan pick is a bit more unusual. It's sort of like a blind Illidan pick into the solo lane, which is a little bit dodgy, but we'll see how that works out. One thing that I really noticed in this, I feel like specialists in particular are extremely powerful on this map. So Asmodan, Sylvanas, even Probius, they're insanely strong. Like they're just so strong. The pushing pressure that they bring out and the sort of the soaking ability that they have, this has a massive impact. I have to say, I think the Lost Vikings and Rexar, in comparison, are drastically overrated. I see people going for them way too much, in my opinion. They're actually not that strong at all, whereas heroes that can push really hard, like Asmodan and Sylvanas, that can take out those two forts quickly, that's how you win this game, right? That's how you win Hanamura in the current state, until they change it. And I presume they might change it. At the moment, it's all about who can destroy the two forts first and then escort their payloads in. That's pretty much it. And then, farming the mercs for experience, soaking the waves for experience, poking the enemy team down so you can actually push the payloads in. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We're gonna grab the Brightwing, and we're very happy with this. The big thing that Brightwing brings, as you can see me hovering here, is Pixie Charm. She brings Bribe, right? And that's a huge deal because you can bribe away the merc camps. They're worth loads of experience, and then you get these really powerful power-ups to use during fights to help you pushing things in. Like the healing power-up you get off the bruisers, I'll talk about it more in game, but it's basically as good as a whole talent tier advantage for your team. It's insanely strong. It's insanely strong. So having that, we're going to have that pretty much on command, and that's going to be really helpful for us. We also grab ETC. I think that's like a decent enough pick. I mean, Li Ming and Johanna, I'm actually, no, you know what? I'm a bit skeptical about that as a pick because, yeah, Johanna and Li Ming can interrupt it so easily, as can Oriel. Her mosh pit, the mosh pit, so it's probably a stage dive ETC? I don't remember. It's been a few days since I played this game. But anyway, that's the draft. Let's see how Brightwing with Bribe does pan out. I'll catch you guys in the game. See you soon. Alright guys, and here we are in the game, rocking the Brightwing. We're going to grab Pixie Charm at level 1, which is Brightwing's form of Bribe. And what this does is every time we heal an allied hero with Soothing Mist, which is our passive healing. By the way, this is an update to Brightwing. You probably haven't played her much recently because she's been pretty bad, honestly. I thought before the last patch, before Hanamura, I was really rating her as the lowest or the worst healer in the entire game. But with Hanamura and with Bribe, I think she's kind of come back into it a good bit. Though not so much on other maps, but certainly on Hanamura, she's tier 1 probably. Not so much on other maps though. But yeah, every time we heal them with Soothing Mist, which does have that indicator for the range now, we get a stack of Bribe. We can use 20 stacks to bribe away a merc, instantly defeating them. And we can hold up to 80. So you can quite easily stack this up. One of the things you'll see and probably notice and find is that you've pretty much got enough to bribe away your bruisers camp quite a bit. So the knight thingy. You can maybe bribe away some fortification camps, steal away the enemy bruisers, and that's pretty much it. Like, and that, it actually works out really well. Just the amount of bribe stacks you get. One of the good things is because you are grouped up so much as a team, you do get quite a lot of value out of that as well. So that's pretty good stuff. Brightwing also brings decent enough wave clear with her Q. And during these fights, our main goal will be to polymorph, targets that we're trying to get a kill on, or otherwise polymorph the Grey main, try to lock him down. And aside from that, we're going to be just trying to keep our teammates healthy, keep them tanky, just keep them alive, keep them as high HP as possible with all that sustained healing we can bring. Just helping out Lily on that front, helping her conserve some of her mana. And of course, you got a really good, you got a good reason to keep your healing going here, because every heal that you do is giving you bribe stacks and getting you some of that XP in advance from those mercenaries. So in the top lane, Illidan is being pushed in by Arthas, and Vala does go down here in the bottom lane, just positioning a bit too aggressively, taking too much damage. The enemy, the Johanna pick's actually really smart for them. I actually really like that because it brings a lot of wave clear. Right? It brings a lot of wave clear. You can see with the ETC, we don't really have any follow-up kill pressure. There's pretty much no way that we can kill them in this current state of the lane. Myself and Lily just simply don't do enough damage. We only really have Vala for damage. So it's kind of like solo ETC trying to kill someone with Johanna for peel and an Oriel for peel and for damage as well. It's just not quite gonna work out. That being said, they do overstep and that's a kill for us. Again, they really should not be dying here. Well played by our team, and honestly a big mistake from them to go that far forwards. They should be able to survive everything we've got here quite easily. The only thing they might lack is some wave clear. But with Johanna, they should be fine with that. I mean, Li Ming's wave clear, not the best. We could maybe exploit that a little bit. Put some pressure on them a little bit. And interesting in the top lane, they've gone for Arthas. But here we can see the first, look at the XP. Choom. We just went from the start of level 4 to a third of the way through level 4 by grabbing that bruiser camp. And now we have this power up, this healing pack power up, which is insanely strong. I think it's a 15-second heal over time that restores, I think it's 35% of your max HP and 35% of your max mana. So that's an absolutely massive deal. Arthas overextended in the top lane. He's been having a difficult time there against, he's just trying to wave clear the Illidan, and they're fighting quite a lot. He does not pay attention to the fact we're pushing that payload in, and he gets ganked and taken out. Now Lily is in some trouble. We're actually going to pop this healing thing to try to keep her alive. Vala's arriving as well. See if we can maybe delay this. Unfortunately, with only Vala being here, there's no way we can delay it. I think one of the really interesting things on this map is moving that payload, that first payload. Even moving any of the payloads, depending on who's in the lane, you can often escort, someone from their other lane, or one person to escort the payload over to near enough to the lane, then the people who are in the lane can actually bring it across, and that should work out pretty well. Actually, one of the difficult things for their team is that Oriel doesn't have much energy. That's actually something to note that I haven't been talking about. They don't have very consistent damage output. They've got Greymane, is really the main source of energy for her. But, Greymane only reaches max damage potential when he dives in. So they're really lacking quite a lot. And now this is another aspect of Hanamura that's quite important to note, which is when are you able to steal away the enemy team's bruiser camp? Look at the XP. There we go, nice other chunk, and you can see that we're now 2 chunks through level, and we hit level 7. That's mostly due to that bruiser camp, which is really nice for us. I'm just coming up to help Illidan out a little bit. I mean, Illidan basically can't kill Arthas because he loses his attack speed when he goes into melee range. He can wave clear, and that's kind of it. He can do a little bit of poke, but there's nothing much going to come of that, to be honest. We're just there to help out while we wait for our thing to refresh, and then we'll probably hop down to bottom lane. We're just going to create some pushing pressure up top, keep Arthas busy, and yeah, that's kind of the plan here. Okay, I'm actually going to stay in soak. Illidan's going to rogue down. That's probably better. He's faster. I can't use my phase shift. There's no point in me running down with my low movement speed when Illidan can run down on his mount, and I'm perfectly capable of slowing down the Arthas push by myself. He's really chasing me here. Misses the roots. You can turn off his slow by polymorphing him. I probably should have done that earlier. I don't really mind if he's chasing me. And see our teammates win the fight there with Illidan going down to the bottom, so that's really, really good. I do think the Oriole pick has not helped them out much at all. I really think it's not actually helped that much. She brings nice wave clear and she's a really strong healer, but I feel like they're not having the damage output to get that consistent. Like, if they had the Vala instead of the Grey main, they have a much more consistent way of actually generating that that hope for her to use to heal. And then it'll be in a scary spot. But yeah, the Grey main, although he's a great pick, doesn't fit all that well in terms of their laning phase into their composition. You can see quite funnily now, we are very much up in terms of XP. And we've actually got, because we've been stealing away the enemy team's bruiser camp, we actually have too many power-ups. We've got more power-ups than we can handle here. So there's an extra one waiting in our base. I'm just letting my teammates know, guys, there's a power-up. If someone wants to pick that up, might be a good idea. I don't know if they actually do. Actually gonna pop this power-up seeing as we're there. Where's she, Vala? That's one of the things I really noticed, that the power-ups are more effective in competitive in ranked play than they are in Hero League, because people don't know. It's actually quite a short range on that healing power-up, as you saw there. So getting people to stack up for it is somewhat difficult. You'll definitely be able to get a lot of use out of that in, let's say, Team League, as opposed to the other leagues right there. Looks like, I think Arthas snuck in and stole ours. Smart Arthas. Very smart Arthas. We still get the XP and it only happened to heal him, so it's not really a big problem. Illidan is hit level 10. Arthas goes down despite that heal. We're going to grab Blink heal here. Let me talk about the other talents then in a second as we push them in. You can see we've got ourselves a really, really sizable lead. A couple of kills in the lanes on top of, yeah, just grabbing all these mercs. Again, let's watch the XP as we grab this. There we go. Another chunk of XP plus a healing pulse for us to use. And things are looking good. I don't know, before I jump to the talents, let me just finish that thought. I'm not sure if I finished that thought, which was about when you can take the bruiser camps. You're definitely going to find Brightwing will work best when you've got a strong pushing team. If you've got pushing pressure, if they are kind of stuck defending their lanes, that opens up the capability for you to invade and steal away their bruiser camp. And Brightwing's pretty good at actually stealing that away, as one of probably the best out of all the Bribe heroes. You can see Moshpit popped and instantly interrupted. Brightwing is probably the best because she can walk up, bribe the bruiser, grab the thing, and then teleport straight out. Like, unless they preemptively know or expect you to do that, they're not going to be there on time. Like, they're not going to be able to run over and stop you teleporting out before that. So it's something you can definitely do with Brightwing pretty effectively. In order to do it, though, you need the enemy team to be pushed in enough that they won't be able to, like, they won't notice you're gone as much, and that you will be able to roam up without them being free to come and contest you. You can see, for example, there, when I went to their bruiser camp that time, I was pinging for help because it was a bit more risky. They might have been there to stop us. So I wanted to make sure that our team would be there to back us up if needed. I'm going to keep pushing here. I do have my global ready to teleport in. Keeping an eye on here. Alright, I'm going to teleport into the fight at this stage. See if we can't get a kill here. Polymorph the Arthas, and he does go down. You can see we've got another stack for Bribe ready to go as well. But there's not too much for us to bribe here. We could maybe look at those fortification camps, which haven't really been a focus. Okay, that's definitely what I was looking at. You can tell I had the same thought when I was playing the game. But yeah, you can see we're maintaining a pretty solid bribe ratio where we're kind of bribing stuff away. If we weren't bribing the enemy bruiser camp, if we didn't have the map position to do that, we'd be bribing our own bruiser camp kind of on cooldown, and then we'd be taking probably that fortification camp as well. Maybe even the enemy's fortification camp. That one's a little bit easier to steal than the bruiser camp, a little bit safer. So that's definitely something you can do. We're going to make our way, and make a beeline over here to this bruiser camp. Again, anytime we've got our cooldown off, we're ready to go. I'm going to pop the heal just to make sure that Illidan doesn't die. Just being super safe. And also make sure I don't die. That's also a good idea, usually. Trying to sneak out here. Nice mosh pit. This one actually works really well. Li Ming expertly interrupting with Wave of Force. Oh no, she's not, because she didn't take Wave of Force. That's, congratulations, Li Ming. Congratulations, you took away the free mosh pit cancel in favor of Disintegrate. I mean, she's getting pretty good damage. Looks like Vala might die here. We're going to heal her up. Actually put ourselves in a bad spot. Looks like I'm going to die. Yep, we shouldn't have teleported in to save the Vala there. The blink heal put us in a very bad spot. And we do go down. this is a good time to talk about those talents finally. So Pixie Charm at 1. I think in this game I took Unstable Anomaly at level 4. It's an interesting one, level 4. You can kind of pick whatever you want. I feel like Unstable Anomaly, a little bit extra burst damage, a little bit extra kill pressure on your polymorph targets is pretty decent. I feel like Peekaboo is the other one that really stands out to me, which is revealing a large area. That can be quite nice for pushing in the payloads and getting that vision. Level 7 in this game I went for Mystified. So that reduces the cooldown of our heal by half a second every time we use a basic ability. Probably should have gone for Cleanse in this one, seeing as Lily did not. They've got a fair bit of stuff that can be like the Johanna Blessed Shield, and maybe the Arthas roots. Probably worth cleansing. Not huge shield. We're going to start off on this. We're not really expecting too much to stay. We're just keeping an eye on our team. We're not committing to taking that. You can see, there you go. The enemy team is committing to a big invade here. So we're going to come in and start trying to slow them down. Immediately we pop that healing pulse to try keep that healing going. And looks like we are winning this team fight pretty well here. Pushing the enemy team back. It's keeping our AoE healing with the Brightwing going. Trying to stick with our team as much as possible. Illidan looks like he should get the kill on the Arthas. Lily secures the kill. Illidan is going deep, maybe a bit too deep. He might be full of regrets. Gonna teleport in. Polymorph him. I might die. I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm dead. Probably should have... I think I could have lived there if we were a bit more organized. If I sidestepped to the left and blink healed over the wall. Could have worked. But got panicked a little bit. But Illidan went too deep with the Crystal Aegis still being available. He got kind of baited in. We've tried to save him and in the end cost ourselves our life. All things being considered, out of all the heroes we've got, Brightwing is the best one to die. I'm the most expendable one. Not very important ultimately to the team fight. We still have Lily for heals. And I've got a global teleport, so I can just come back whenever I want and just be there from the base. It's not a big deal. See here, I was considering about maybe running across. I decided actually I want to speed in terms of pushing in this payload, so I'm just going to come across and join in as quickly as possible. You can see now, like I mentioned in the draft as well, for those guys who weren't watching the draft, I was mentioning how, oh, that was a very good mosh pit. Nice work by, really good job by ETC catching the Li Ming out. I'd say the Li Ming has not been played that well this game. She's been making quite a lot of mistakes, and we've been getting quite a few kills on her that we probably shouldn't be getting. Plus, no wave of force feels bad. I feel like a really big part of this map is pushing heroes. Heroes that can push hard, that can secure those forts and secure those free extra shots. I mean, if you can destroy those 2 forts, that's worth an entire extra 2 payloads. It's insanely good. It's worth, each fort is worth a shot. It's worth as much as the boss is. It's just insanely strong if you're able to grab that. Haven't really seen that in this game. You can see all the forts are pretty much at full HP except for our bottom one, which was taken out. But we've secured a few more payloads in the enemy team, so we are still ahead. We are still ahead. They've got a payload available, but we've turned in one extra one. But I mean, I feel like it would have been a bit more interesting to see, a bit more powerful to have one of those powerful. We were just barely keeping her alive. I think she might die now. We're able to polymorph the Greymane, push him back. Good Crystal Aegis actually will probably save him. Does. Illidan have been going deep at the same time. That is going to be her going down. Uh-oh. I'm going to try Juke over here. We're going to pop the Pixie Dust, and then we're going to be able to blink heal over to the Lily and just barely survive. Tap the well to make sure that Li Ming's not going to do any funny business. And yeah, we do get taken out in that fight. Again, it's quite difficult to... It's very interesting that they went for the double tanks. That's really to counter the Illidan in a big way. And it's working pretty well. Like Illidan and Vala, they're both having a tough time. Both of our damage sources are very focused on physical damage. And they got 2 strong physical damage preventing tanks. That's making the big problem. We're going to teleport in here just make sure he's going to be okay. Both of our damage dealers are dead, so not too much more we can do. And now we are in a very bad spot. Our fort's going to be taken down. There it goes. Now we're down 2 forts. The enemy team still has 2 of theirs. The next enemy payload is game. They win with that one. And we're still 2 shots away from destroying the enemy core and no payload available for us. So that really shows, I mean, we're up in XP though. That's one of the great things, even with the enemy destroying forts, because of us grabbing all these merc camps, we are a level up, we're talent tier up, and we have one of these power-ups too, which is great. ETC pulls the trigger too early, gives up the free kill on the Grandmaster who teleported too far forwards. Gets a decent mosh pit, gets instantly interrupted though. I forget to press my F button, I press it finally at the very last second. We're trying to juke around. Vala gets a good flank. Li Ming picks off Li picks off Li Ming, one of the Lees, kills the other Li. Ilden is stuck in the middle and he's having a rough time. He's able to flip out over the turret right there. Arthas, I think his heroic only just coming off cooldown too late and he goes down. Didn't have that heroic during the team fight and did not have it for healing either. That's a big team fight win for us. Ilden on the chase. Can he kill Johanna? He can. And excellent stuff. That is 3 kills for us. And this is win condition for us as well. If we take out this push, if we take out this fort and I can push in this payload, that's win. That's game over for us. That's what we need. I'm even going to grab this fortification thing on the way. We've got Bribe sacks, we might as well. Alright, they take down Oriel. That should be pretty much a free win at this point. With their healer dead for 30 seconds, I don't see them able to stop us. They also don't quite have level 16 yet, which is nice, and that puts us in a really great spot. You can see that you're able to grab this turrety thing basically for free while still pushing the payload, so that's why I left it there and came back. We even have another payload spawning up top, which is nice as well. Arthas going too far forwards. He just gets CC locked and he gets taken out. We've got a turret on the payload now. They're down one of their main tanks. They're down their healer. There's no way they're able to stop this, I don't think. They're coming in to try to contest, but there it goes. The payload, it sets up. It fires off. Johanna comes in. She is taken out as well. Grandmaster doesn't die because the game ends at that point, but GG for us. Close one in the end. Very close one in the end. It really came down to that final team fight that we won. We needed to win it because we hadn't destroyed the forts and the enemy had. They'd won a couple of team fights and translated those team fight wins into taking out the forts, gave them the advantage on the shots, and they were actually ahead in terms of winning. But then we won that last one right at the end. Then we had like good position by the fort. We were able to take out the fort. Good position by the payload beside the fort. And then another kill. We were able to push all of that all the way through. You can see the XP there, 10,000. We're way up over everyone else in the game. That is from Bribe. That is from Brightwing. Bribewing, as she's called, Pixie Charm, kind of the MVP of this particular map. And yeah, that's kind of how this hero works. I think she's really good on Hanamura. Just the amount of XP you can get from Bribe. I do recommend running her probably as a double support in a double support composition. She brings good wave clear, good soak, and just all the XP you get is probably worth it overall. Then you want her with some sort of hyper carry pushing hero like the Vala that we had in this game. Worked really, really well. And yeah, you can just mix in some ganks, you can mix in some globals, exploit that, and just be taking the camps as much as possible, stealing away the enemy team's healing camp as much as possible is one of the best things you can do. Not only getting XP for your team, but taking away the XP and the healing power from the enemy team. That is a massive advantage. I think it makes Brightwing tier 1 more than worthwhile to pick up instead of another damage. Runner's that second support. And yeah, she's crazy, crazy strong. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Talent build should be on screen. And there should be buttons to subscribe, check out other videos, and all that sort of stuff on the right as well. I will see you all next time for more Here's the Storm. Bye-bye.